there, my name is Tori and I'm a Winnie the Pooh collector from the UK, and I have been asked a few times over on Instagram and TikTok about my pin collection. So today I thought I would discuss it on the one social media platform no one has asked me about. My pin collection does get featured quite a lot in my various forms of content. Like when I buy a new pin, I will hold my pin in front of my pin board and take a picture of it for my Instagram. When I do pin unboxings, I then show myself putting it on the pin board at the end of the video. When I do like various like highlight collection montages on my shorts videos, you quite often see a glimpse of that. So my pin collection has always been something that's been there or thereabouts in my videos, but people have been asking just to kind of see it in general, because you see it in parts in different bits of content, but people just wanted to see it in its whole entirety. And I have also been asked about how I display my pins, because various collectors have various different ways to display them. I know a lot of collectors do keep them in the little like folders, but they're more pin traders. I'm not a pin trader as such. I have never done a pin trade. However, I am building up my traders collection. We're now getting onto a side story here. I've always liked the idea of pin trading, like in the Disney parks and like various places in the UK do pin trading events. I've always liked the idea of pin trading, but I've just never wanted to trade any of my pins, because like I buy the pins that I like, that I want for my collection, and I don't want to part with them because I like them. So I've started building up a sub collection of pins just for trading. They are all non-Winnie the Pooh pins. Obviously they are official pin trading pins because I understand the pin trading rules. So I've started building them up for when I next do go to Disney. I am going to do some trading. I know you can trade with the cast members. There's various pin boards throughout Disneyland Paris where you can trade at. So I am going prepared, and I'll obviously only trade 4 Winnie the Pooh pins to help grow my Winnie the Pooh collection. Because when I watch pin trading videos like on TikTok and like reels and things like that, and I'm looking at the pin board, like the other pins that the people don't get, that you can get some really cool and rare and different Winnie the Pooh pieces, and I've always thought that'd be so cool to help grow my collection, but I don't want to part with them. So I've been trying to grow some like a trader's collection. I actually got a couple off of Facebook Marketplace the other day for free. The woman said, does anyone want them for free? Otherwise they're going in the bin because I don't want them. You don't bin Disney pins. She could have easily put them on Vinted or something, or even just Facebook Marketplace where she was advertising them just for like a few pounds. She could have got something for them, but I got them for free because I saved them from the bin. So I put them in my traders pile. I haven't got a Disneyland Paris trip on the cards at the moment, but knowing me, it won't be too long until I am back, and when I am back we'll be doing some pin trading. I display my pins in I think pretty a standard way. I've just got a cork board that I got from B&M, and yeah, they're just put on in no particular order, just as I get them, and it is slowly filling up. But to fill the gaps, because I didn't like seeing a blank bit on my pin board, I used various prints and Primark labels that I thought looked pretty to fill the gaps. So as I fill up my pin board, I am going to have to find various places for the prints, but I will show you all of that in a minute when we get up there. So I thought I'd show you how I display my pins, give you a quick overview of my entire collection. We won't do individually go through all the pins. Usually when I do like my collection videos, I'll go through all the items and kind of talk you through them. There's a lot of pins up there. We will not be going through all of them. I'll show you an overview of my whole board, but then I thought I'd get a few of my favourites down that we could talk about. So I think without further ado, let's go see my pin collection. It's up there. I keep looking at it, so let's go over there. So my pin collection, you've got my ladder shelves here, and we just go up, and there it is in all its full glory. So this is what I mean by I'm just kind of filling the gaps a bit until my pin board fills out, which it is starting to very nicely. So this is a sticker from my friend Nina's shop, Nina's Neverland Art. You'll probably know her for like my custom bows and things like that. That came with one of my orders, so I just kind of stuck that up there. This Pooh Bear came off of a gift bag. It just he kind of like lost his stick off of the bag, so just stuck him up there. This print is from Get Ready Comics. If you've ever ordered from them online, you'll know they include in all of their orders a little print. This one is of the Winnie the Pooh characters, but as their real life characters. So you've got Pooh Bear, obviously as a brown bear. Look, and he's got at least a little red top on. Piglet as a little piglet. Eeyore as a donkey, and you can kind of just see there you got Tigger as a tiger. I thought that was so cool and so creative for the artist to do. It has got the name of the artist on the other side of it. This was just from a Miniso blind box. I think it was the Picnic series, but I just thought it was very cute. Gingham Pooh, nice little gap filler. Not Winnie the Pooh related, but I got that when I brought something bridal related, and it's, I think that's the name of the shop I think I got it from. I'm not 100% sure, but I just thought it was cute, so I stuck it up there. Primark label, I just like the design, cute. Primark label for the Disney 100, cute. That's a print from another small shop. I think it's from TQ, I think. I just, again, like the print. And then this is a postcard from, you can tell, Pooh Corner Hartfield. They do sell it in their gift shop, but I got it included in, I think I got it in a mystery bundle a couple of years ago from them. And look, it's got Christopher Robin looking in the shop window. How cute is that? Because in case you didn't know, Christopher Robin and his dad A.A. Milne would have originally gone in this shop back in the day, you know, when Christopher Robin was a little child. This was a sweet shop slash bakery slash, you know, confectionery sort of shop, and he did used to go in there quite a lot. Christopher Robin Milne did mention this building in his autobiography. I haven't personally read his autobiography, but he did mention it in there. And this door, which is now the like main door of Pooh Corner, that didn't exist back in the day. This door, I'm now going on a whole side rant here, but I'm sorry. You know me, I like to tell Winnie the Pooh history when I can. This door was the original door that Christopher Robin and his dad A.A. Milne would have gone in at the time, but over the years, obviously this building has had different owners. At one point in time, an owner decided to cover up that door to build this door, which obviously makes sense. If you're gonna have a front door, you know, it needs to be in the center of the building. It makes sense. They covered that behind a fake wall, and the current owners of Pooh Corner, when they were closed during lockdown, they were doing some renovations and like general maintenance of the building, and they realized that bit there was a fake wall. They took it down and discovered where the real door was. So yeah, now when you go to Pooh Corner, do look out for that, because it is a door there. It's obviously not a functioning door, but they've just kind of got it there as a little nod to some Winnie the Pooh history. Complete side rant, but I just like sharing Winnie the Pooh facts that maybe not a lot of people know. So when you do go to Pooh Corner, know you are actually walking in the footsteps of real life Christopher Robin. He did actually go in that building. So there you go, fun fact. On to my Winnie the Pooh pin collection. It's a mixture of Disney Parks pins, Disney Store pins, small shop pins, unofficial pins, a little bit of everything. I think majority of my pins are official Disney Park / Disney Store pins, so that means they are available for pin trading, but obviously I am not planning to trade any of these. Then you got things like this one here, they are Loungefly pins. That one came with the Stitch Shop bag, which is the balloon one. This one came with the pin trader bag. And then like these ones are from a Loungefly mystery set. I only have the Kanga and Roo one to go, and then you can put them in like a hexagon shape. These two I got back in the day when they were released as mysteries. Pooh Bear is the chase of them. He's the rarest one, and I got him on first go. How lucky was that? And then I got these two recently off of Vinted, so I just needed to get the Kanga and Roo, and I've actually completed a pin set. That would be the first pin set I have completed. Pretty cool. These ones are non-official Disney pins. They're not from a small shop either. Don't know quite too much about them. It's just when I go to the seaside, there's a shop there that sells loads of pins, and I found this set there, and even though they're not official, I thought they were cute. Then some of my favorite pins are like the interactive pins, which have like movable elements. So you've got this one where Pooh Bear moves in the wind. This one, as you can see, I try and keep an elastic around it, so because sometimes the hinges pop open. This elastic has broken, so I'll need to replace that after this video, but it's a little Christmas present that opens up and it says Happy Holidays 2003 with a Pooh Bear on it. Sometimes it does just kind of like open on its own, and I don't want to like ruin the hinges, so I put a little like elastic band around it just to keep it safely in place. Oh, these ones are Loungefly pins as well, but I got them off of Facebook Marketplace. These are small shop, these are small shop. Pooh Corner Hartfield released its own few pins, so I've got that one that I did buy off of the website. This one I brought off of the website. If you've been to Pooh Corner, you'll know that is like the sign outside of the building. And then I've got this one that says 100 years young at Pooh Corner. Last year, a centenary edition of When We Were Very Young was released, and Pooh Corner Hartfield did a little bundle of stuff if you pre-ordered it with them, which I did. And it came with this little pin as well. It also came with a postcard of the original Pooh Bear that like Christopher Robin owned. That's a whole other side rant, but it's a really cool picture because that bear is now on display in a library in New York. It hasn't been in England for the past 50 years, but the last time it was in England in the 1970s, there was like a whole little photo shoot for it, like mark the occasion, and that is the print that I've got. That's on the shelves behind me. Whole other side rant. I'm very good at side rants. This pin was quite hard to display on a pin board. Disney Store did these a few years ago for quite a few different characters. They're like fake plants, as like a plant pot, as the honey pot, but like because the plant is 3D, it was quite hard to put on the pin board, but I made it work. I have to discuss these pins. These were from Disneyland Paris, and I thought they were quite naughty for Disney because this one came out first. It came out with this one, and then these came in a set as well. This was a couple of years ago, so I brought the entire set, and then when I went back to Disneyland Paris the next year, these ones got re-released, and then they released this one, which is the exact same design as that. The colour is a little bit off, as you can see, and obviously it hasn't got the balloon and the cloud. But I thought that was just a bit sneaky of Disney to do. They could have created a whole new pin like in this like artwork style that they did. They could have just re-released this one that they did with the other pins, but no. They took the cloud and balloon away. I still got it because it's still cute. As I said, I love like interactive pins where you can like move them. This one like spins round. Got the pin versions of the Disney keys. This one was a set. You could get like the different characters on the map. I only managed to get my hand on this one with Christopher Robin because they sold out really quickly. They were really popular. But I was quite happy to get this one because I don't have much of Christopher Robin in my collection, so I was quite happy with that. Oh, these are Loungefly as well, came in mystery sets. This one is very cool. It's from the Disney store, I think last year. It was from an entire collection, and as you can see on the back, it's got a hook and then it's got a loop on the front. If you collected the entire pin series, you can connect them all together. I think they called it like Disney Parade, but as you can see, it is from the ride, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Obviously the ride vehicle is a honey pot, and then the ride is like kind of like within the book that you can see back there that Piglet's in. Very cool. So obviously if you are just a generic Disney collector and you collect pins, that would look very cool if you collected the whole series and you could connect them all up together, but obviously I only wanted the Pooh Bear one. This one is a 2-in-1 pin, and when I see people selling this online, like I've seen it a few times on Vinted, people are being so sneaky because I don't know if people like brought it secondhand themselves or are just trying to make extra cash. They sell these as 2 individual pins, but I got it from the Disney store a few years ago, back when it was originally released, and it is 2-in-1. They come together. Christopher Robin is just separate from that, but people sell them as 2 individual pins, which you can understand why, but I just think it's a bit naughty of people. Again, very happy to have Christopher Robin in the collection. And then I love like anniversary pins like this. I've got this one for the Big Piglet movie. They did do one, I think, this year for the Heffalump movie anniversary, but it sold out so quickly I didn't like even have a chance to blink at it. And now people are selling online for so much, so I missed out on that. There's been quite a few Winnie the Pooh pins this year on Disney Store that have just sold out so quickly, and like I haven't even had the chance to like even look at them before they've gone. So I've missed out on a few this year, but as Pooh would say, no bother. But I love like anniversary pins like that one. I've got this one for Winnie the Pooh Day 2003. Fun fact about this one, I ordered it on Shop Disney UK, but while I was sat in Hollywood Studios in Florida, I saw this got released on social media and I was just like, I'll buy it while I'm here. So I went around like all the shops to try and find it. I couldn't find it anywhere. So while I was having lunch in Hollywood Studios, I was like, I'll buy it off of the UK website, have it shipped to home, and just have it waiting for me when I got home. So yeah, a bit of a funny story on that one. Honestly, I say this like every time I include my pin collection, like on my Instagram or anything, but just looking at it, looking at like the range of colors, different shapes, different sizes, just looking at that just makes me so happy. That's one of my favorite things about my Winnie the Pooh collection in general, is just all the vibrant colors. I just feel like you can't not be happy looking at it. It's just so bright and colorful and just so cheerful. So that is just an overview of my Winnie the Pooh pin collection, and as I said, I just display it on a corkboard. It's a pretty large size one. I think it was the largest size that B&M sold. Obviously you can get corkboards from any like shop, stationery shop, home supply shop. Probably won't be long until I need to get another one because I'm running low on space. With that gap, I feel like that could fill up quite quickly. But yeah, that is my Winnie the Pooh pin collection. Also, shout out to this one. Don't you think that's just the perfect reference to my username? Winnie the Pooh, Alice in Wonderland, Tori in Wonderland. That is from a shop called Only Happy Things. But yeah, that is my Winnie the Pooh collection. So I always do like to do videos going over pieces of my Winnie the Pooh collection, like sub-collections in my Winnie the Pooh collection, but obviously a pin board is quite hard to go through, especially when you have as many pins as I do, like that board. So I think that was the easiest way to kind of show you an overview of my collection, just kind of talk about a few of the pieces. But yeah, I'm so happy with my pin collection. It's It's one of my prides of my Winnie the Pooh collection in general. I am very proud of it, and I hope you did enjoy seeing it. As I said, a few people have asked about it over on Instagram and TikTok, so I hope those people do follow me over here as well, because that's where I decided to do the video. I know we didn't go through them individually because that would have taken a whole lot of time that I think neither of me and you have to sit here and go through that all, but from the overview I gave you of it, do let me know in the comment section if there was a pin that stood out to you as your favourite. And I'm always planning, I've literally, my camera is stood on top of my YouTube schedule notebook. I'm always with my notebook brainstorming ideas of different pieces of my collection to show you guys. If you have anything you'd like to see in my collection or any part of my collection you'd like me to talk about, do let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll stick it on my brainstorming board for when I'm video planning for future months. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please do pop the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more from moi, do click subscribe down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell, like me might as well. You do down there, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye!